Okay, welcome back. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this video turns out and it's not super shaky like before. I did a couple sample videos this morning and everything looked like it was doing a lot better. So yeah, hopefully this one turns out and it's not shaky like the last video. But anyways, we're out for a weekly update. I say we, I mean me. So out here looking at everything, making sure everything looks good. Not seeing very many, sure you can't say I've seen one, well, knock on wood, not seeing one Japanese beetle out here. So everything is progressing along really good. It's our petite pearl again. I like showing that row because these rows are the ones that see everything first. So it gives a good indicator of kind of what is to come on the rest of the vineyard. Well. Yeah, a couple more beetles. So, but I'm not sure if, I just got hit in the head by one too. I'm not sure if the rain this morning knocked a lot of them off and kind of put them down onto the ground, or if we're just starting to get more towards the end of their life cycle. But I don't, man, I should have asked Dad before I came out here when he sprayed last. It was last week sometime. But he was out here yesterday mowing a couple of those rows over there. But this is the Brianna. See how it's coming along. It's gonna start softening up here. This one's starting to soften a little bit. So that's a good indication that harvest is gonna be right around the corner for us. Dad's at the winery right now. Well, I guess at the winery, the distillery part. We're running some apple through the still. So that'll go into some apple pie wine that we got going on. And hopefully some more apple products coming hopefully this fall, maybe early fall. Depends on if I get my tail in gear. But yeah, everything's looking good. So we will, I think this is the rows Dad said he was mowing yesterday. But thankfully, we didn't get much of the wind down here. Omaha got quite a bit of wind, I heard, this morning. It had some power outages, so it's never a good thing. Just glad we didn't have any of those issues to deal with again. Another beetle right there. There was a couple rows. We got a couple posts we got to fix. Can't remember if it's this Brianna row over here or what. Dad said we're leaned over. They couldn't get the sprayer down the other day. It might be that one right there. Yep, that row right there. So all the way down there, hard to see, but all the way down there, the row comes in a little bit. So we'll have to get that fixed before we get anywhere near harvest, because yeah, we're kind of, right now we're on our big pre-harvest push on getting a lot of wines done. I got a lot of wine to get distilled out. So we'll pretty much be running the still pretty much every week, most days if we can. I'm hoping can kind of get that figured out to where I can do some videos of distilling, because I think a lot of people would be very interested in that, because it's just something that most people aren't doing distilling out there, and people that a lot of the people are that aren't licensed can't show that, but yeah. I'll take a look at the beans real quick. Noticing some beetles out here. So, but definitely not near as many as there was, so that's good. Beans are all flowered out here. But that's pretty much all I got for the vineyard part. Like I said, everything's progressing right along, and harvest will be here before we know it. But stay tuned to more of the vineyard as we get closer and closer, because what we'll start doing is once we get close and grapes are starting to ripen, we'll go through and we will start doing brick tests. That's where you test like the amount of sugar that's in the grape itself, and you get it to a certain point and you check for your acidity and get to a certain point, and that's when you kind of know when to harvest it. So yeah, so stay tuned to that stuff, and as we get more into pre-harvest stuff. So yeah, let's go look at the corn. And I forgot, by the way, I would like to thank our sponsor, Whiskey Run Creek Winery and Distillery. They're in Brownville, for sponsoring this video. And yeah, okay, probably just delete that, but yeah, thank you Whiskey Run Creek, and thank you Ron and the guys at Whiskey Run Creek for helping be able to put this video together. We are back in the corn, and we have some exciting news about the corn. We are starting to tassel. I figured last week, it should have been about a week before we start to tassel, and there we go. Our corn is starting to tassel. That's our yellow corn right there. And then I saw a white corn one here. If I can find where it went, right here. You can see that one. That one's tasseling up there. Maybe not. Maybe a little closer. So, yeah. The white corn is tasseling as well. And we did have a little bit of wind this morning. This is our Indian corn here, but it is tasseling out. So exciting. Yeah, this is the part you always want to get to. Wind kind of did mess it up a little bit this morning. We had a kind of a straight wind kind of came through, and yeah. Well, I was excited. Then, whoops, walk in here, and yeah. Figured that would happen. Always happens. So luckily I don't think it's through the whole thing, but yeah, we had a straight wind come through like I talked about up in the vineyard. Omaha got it really bad. This corn, some of this like this should pop back up here. Sorry if footage is bad. But we got a lot of stalks that are like this. For you that don't know that, yeah, well, especially now that is past the point of any return. Oh, so that'll be interesting to come through and harvest some of this stuff. But yep, so Indian corn didn't stand up as well. Good thing we got a lot of it. Should be able to, hang on, it really did go through that. Well, hopefully, I'm hoping we can get still a decent amount of stuff out of here. That's always the hard part, because we got a fair amount, if you can see that, fair amount laying down up there. So that's unfortunate. Like I said, good thing we planted a lot of it, so it should be more than enough than what we need for this year. Yeah, really the Indian corn is the only thing that really got affected by it. I think all of the other rows are standing pretty good. Yeah, I don't really see anything in the white corn, but yeah, so at least we have the white corn, yellow corn that we had to pay for the seed and didn't have a carryover from the other years. At least those all turned out so far so good. We're still a long ways from harvest, but everything so far is looking good. And yeah, I mean, I don't really, outside of the corn tasseling, it's really about it that we got going on right now out here. So like you said, we'll be tucking vines and everything and kind of getting everything ready for harvest. So that'll do it for today's video. Oh, forgot, be headed to, I think it's David City is where Butler County Fair is going on, and I'll be out there tomorrow evening for their wine tasting, or wine festival, I guess is what you call it, wine tasting. Big event. You get 500 plus people to show up for that, so if you're around the area, you'll have to come out, say hi, check it out, and been told it's a great time. And so this will be my first year going out to it, so pretty excited about getting to go out and do that. So try to get some, maybe I'll try to get some footage, some film of making the road trip out there and see what it's all about. So till the next video, hope everybody has a great rest of the week and stay safe out there and get out, enjoy the weather, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks again for watching, everybody.